In the play The Tempest, Prospero is the main antagonist. He is the character credited to the unfolding events of the story. With his magical powers, he creates a plan to regain his title as Duke of Milan. In his plan, he is the only one that benefits. The rest of the characters seem to be treated as stepping stones to his end goal. This also includes his own daughter, Miranda. Despite her being his daughter, Prospero does not include her in his plan. He actually uses her like a pawn and sets her up with the king's son and officiates their marriage. In Act 1, Scene 2, Prospero is speaking to Miranda, and when he decides he's done talking, puts her to sleep with his magic powers. She is then only awakened again when he needs her. Miranda is also not aware of her father using magic on her. A modern audience might have a problem with how little Miranda's character speaks. She is the only woman in the play, and despite being in many scenes and talked about, she is portrayed as a girl of few words. She is especially quiet during her marriage to Ferdinand. This marriage is also a controversial topic because even though she chose to marry him, she is still 15 years old. In Human Care by Yates Robert discusses the details of Prospero and Miranda's relationship. Yates points out how Prospero often speaks about how much he cares. He does this with his slaves Ariel and Caliban, but as well with Miranda. Act 1, Scene 2, Prospero speaks about his experience on the island without giving Miranda the chance to express her experience. He then becomes offended when Miranda mentions wanting to see Gonzalo again, after he had helped them when they were in distress. He exclaims, "We could not miss him. He does not make our fire and fetch our wood and serve in offices that profit us." Prospero believes Miranda does not need another man in her life, and is the only one she needs because everything she has, he has provided. This family dynamic is not common and could be seen as an issue to some viewers. The relationship could be seen as off-putting and like Prospero owns his daughter and has territory over her. Our version of Miranda would be made aware of Prospero's plan. She would be made aware of his plan of Ferdinand falling in love and marrying her. This then changes Miranda from almost like Prospero's third slave to his equal. In our version, Miranda is driven to execute this plan with her father because him being Duke would give her the title of Lady. She as well would like to leave the island and is yearning for life in the kingdom. She would have an excitement for human interaction and socializing. Instead of Prospero just speaking at Miranda in the second scene of Act 1, the two would be conspiring and plotting their revenge. The scene when Miranda and Ferdinand are talking with each other would be changed to have more sides, and Miranda would be speaking to the audience. This will add to the story of Miranda faking her love to Ferdinand just to get her father to become Duke again.
Well, I guess that makes me Oscar the millionaire. The millionaire. The millionaire. Lucky day.
She's dangerous, super bad. Better watch out, she'll take the cash. She's a gold digger. She's a gold digger. She's dangerous, super bad. Better watch out, she'll take the cash. She's a gold.
Nice bag. You got a name? You want to tell me what it is? Well, mine's Lola.
Come on, man. Get your game face on.
In Act 1, Scene 2, Prospero can be seen as trying to set up Miranda with Ferdinand by making it seem the king's ship got into a wreck and making it seem like he hated Ferdinand once they met. He would talk to himself, saying things like, "It works," or "Thou hast done well, fine Ariel." He would say little things to himself, like, "Oh, this basically my plan's working, like it's coming together." But at this time, he's also keeping Miranda out of the loop of the whole scheme and kind of manipulating her into wanting and caring for Ferdinand more. But we do think it should be where Miranda is in on the plan as an act of revenge for Prospero. That way, it'll be less of him using Miranda as a stepping stone, but have her as equal as Prospero makes himself to be. We can change where instead of he sends her off to sleep, she should stay around and help with the plan, as Prospero talks about it to Ariel. Because who knows, maybe she could add that woman's touch to things, because us as women, we can be very evil and a mastermind at getting men to fall for us. She should be more vocal instead of the girl with a few words. I'm pretty positive if she had been given the chance, she probably would have had good ideas, but at the same time, probably not because she is only just 15 and she hadn't really been around other people since she was 3, so that's 12 years of like no other contact. But also, her dad is really good at using people for his own benefit, so she could have picked up on some of those stuff, and that kind of would have made her a little bit more better with scheming. The play is kind of misogynistic towards Miranda, and that's one of the many things that can be seen as wrong, which is why we wanted to review this scene and give it one less controversial topic. And women are just so much better at manipulating, so it would work out. It would work out for not just, women in general, but for the play too, because women, we're just so good at manipulating, gaslighting, getting men to be with us, so.
In The Tempest, Miranda is often perceived as an innocent and passive character, who always listens to her father. Prospero, who is her father, is a magical sorcerer who has the power to do what he wants. His goal is to make his own daughter fall in love with Ferdinand to gain his power back and become the Duke of Milan again. In Miranda, a pinnacle of femininity and object of patriarchal power, it is argued that Miranda is both a symbol of idealized femininity and a pawn in her father's quest for power. Her beauty and innocence are tools in his master plan. It also says in the article, the paper also marks the transition in the role of women in Shakespearean age with reference to the assertive nature of Miranda at times. The article shows how in the times the women would do or serve whatever the men wanted them to do. Like in The Tempest with her father. When Ferdinand came onto the island, Prospero would put him to work to see if he could push his buttons. This causes distress to Miranda because she is starting to find interest in him. She even offers to help him do his task, saying, "If you sit down, I'll bear your logs the while." Act 3 Scene 1. A problem that could come up in the modern day is how young Miranda is, how a man is making her do certain things and making her fall in love with older guy only at 15. However, in our adaptation of the play, we make Miranda in on the plan with her dad to make Ferdinand fall in love with her. I think the audience of today's generation would like it better to not see a 15-year-old girl just being manipulated by a grown man. I believe making Miranda in on the plan could make things go smoother since she has an idea of what is going on. She is also young and is filled with many ideas, even though she has never interacted with other people before. That might be a good thing. Since Miranda is such a pretty girl, she can use her power to be seductive and manipulative. Miranda thinks this a great plan to be able to get off the island since she has been there for the past 12 years. Having both Miranda and Prospero is two brain powers, making the plan even better. Having her father, who has the powers to help with whatever is needed to be helped with, and then Miranda, a young mind who can do anything. Miranda's first encounter with Ferdinand is marked by an immediate attraction, which Prospero stubbornly encourages. Far from being a passive recipient of Ferdinand's affections, Miranda actively engages in this romance. She recognizes the significance of this union, not just as a romantic attempt, but as a crucial moment in getting back her father's dukedom. Her willingness to participate in this plan suggests a level of awareness and agency that transcends her portrayal as a mere pawn.